They say you recognize yourself in art, but what if the art recognizes you first? Last Thursday, on my walk to work, I passed a narrow alley where a street artist was hunched over a canvas, his hands moving too quickly for me to track. The strangest part was the crowd, silent, transfixed, and I felt a cold prickle as I realized every eye was fixed not on the artist, but on me. I tried to ignore them, but as I glanced at the painting, my heart lurched. It was me, unmistakably, standing in a crosswalk with rain streaming down my face, wearing a blue jacket I'd never owned, staring at something out of frame with a look of terror I'd never felt. The artist's eyes met mine, and he grinned, teeth too many, too sharp. "Tomorrow," he whispered, voice rustling like dry leaves. I wanted to laugh it off, just an eccentric, right? But all day, I couldn't shake the feeling that the world around me had shifted, subtly wrong. That night, the air in my apartment felt thick, like breathing through cotton, and shadows clung to the corners longer than they should. I didn't sleep. I just watched the blue jacket in my closet, one I swore I'd never bought, sway as if someone invisible was trying it on. The next morning, rain hammered the city, and I found myself drawn, almost against my will, to the same alley. The painting was gone, but the artist waited for me, canvas turned away. I told myself I was being ridiculous, that nothing could force me to reenact a nightmare I'd never lived. But as I reached the crosswalk outside my building, I realized I was wearing the blue jacket, my heart pounding in time with the rain. I turned, desperate to catch the artist, to demand an explanation, but the alley was empty. Behind me, a car screeched, brakes failing on slick asphalt. I spun around, and in that instant before the world went black, I saw my own terrified face reflected in the windshield, just as it had been painted. The last thing I heard was the artist's voice, soft and triumphant. "Art imitates life, but sometimes, it decides what comes next."